wants to be king!
Welcome back to the War Room. Before we get into it today, I want to give a special thanks to Doc Salem for sending in this video. I want you guys to check this out and pay real close attention to how you feel in your soul as you watch this unfold.
You violent. She a female. What? That's OD. That's OD.
Now, I've seen several different videos of guys taking, giving their perspective on this. And one of the main themes that I've heard over and over again is how cowardly the men in this train were for not responding to this act of just cowardice, really. And I agree with that sentiment 100%. I think that standing by and allowing things like that to happen, I think that that's a weak response. However, I don't quite fault the men for not doing anything. But before I cover why, I want to focus on what I feel is the bigger problem in this video, and that's that this dude, this poor excuse for a man and a shitty excuse for a father, felt like it was within his right to punch this woman in the face. Aside from the sad reality that he hits like a bitch and this woman ate this punch from him like candy, the fact that that's his response, his go-to response in dealing with conflict, tells me that those children, those kids that he was so worried about, taking care of, have seen him strike their mother if she's still in the picture. There's no question at all, because in that community, you don't just go punch a white woman in the face, and you're not doing that at home. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. If you're gonna hit a white woman in the face as a black man, you're probably beating the shit out of your girlfriend, baby mama, maybe even your mama, if she was the reason why you act that way. But the problem that I have really more than the men not responding was this man's response to words. Not someone getting in his face, someone simply telling him to calm down because he entered into a space where other people were already at. Now, I don't know exactly what happened in this video, but what I can gather was this dude got on this bus, train, subway, whatever it was, already in his feelings about shit. He's probably mad because he had to take care of his kids. But he gets on the train and he's already throwing a fit, and this girl just simply tells him to chill out. And instead of taking the cue like an adult, like a man, and realizing he was showing himself to be an emotional little bitch, he chose to do this. And that response right there, to me, it tells me everything that I need to know about this so-called man. But in going to the point of the men that are in that train that didn't step up and handle that situation, I can't say that I blame them. Because one of the unintended consequences of feminism was, I think, that men actually listened. And that's what we're seeing here. From the attack that happened on the bus in Philadelphia, I think, where people just recorded as this woman was assaulted, people did absolutely nothing as some vagrant loser had his way with this person. And men did nothing. Once again, we have another situation where a woman tells a grown-up little boy to chill out, and he socks her in the face. And nobody does anything. Now, I think that partially it's the unintended consequence of feminism and men saying, if we're worthless, then we're worthless, and stepping off. But I think another problem, the bigger problem, is the way that this coward insulated himself and made this about race. Stay out of my black problems. We've got a group of useful idiots that are complete and total fucking losers that are taking this moment in time to make everything about color, everything's about race, everything is about racism, and their feelings about how the world looks at them gives them right to do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and commit acts of violence on whoever they want in the name of oppression. I've said it in past videos, and I'll say it again. When this pendulum swings back the other way, these useful idiots, these people who feel like they have a free ticket, a free check to do what they want to people, when this comes back the other way, it will be extremely painful, and it will be justified. The man in that video, to me, had every right to put that dude to sleep. However, whatever means necessary, they should have subdued that dude and made sure he didn't walk away from that train after doing that to that girl. If I would have been on that train, whatever it was, I would have put that dude to fucking sleep. There's no way that I could stand by and watch that situation in particular go down and just keep my hands in my pocket and say and do nothing. Now, I'm not saying that there's never a time for actions to be taken, but what I am saying is for a man to go straight to doing that type of action, especially to a woman, for saying something that is really probably needs to be said, is absolute cowardice. And I guarantee you that this dude thinks that he's a real nigga. And he's right. He's a real fucking nigga. And that's the problem in our culture. That's the problem in our country. We got a bunch of dumb niggas who are buying this narrative, carrying out this shit, and proving everyone's point that has something negative to say about black people. And the thing that blows me away is the people are not up in arms at all. But let's play devil's advocate here. Let's switch the races, and let's say that was a white man who punched a black woman in the face for saying the same thing to him, for doing the same thing that this clown did on the train. How much of a melee would we have in this country today? See, if that example changed your feelings, you might be part of the problem. The problem that we have in this country isn't racism, sexism, any of these bullshit terms. What the problem is a lack of real men with a fucking spine that are willing to step up and do what's right, not what's safe, not what's popular. The problem in this country isn't an ist or an ism. It's a lack of real men. Out.